Look, it's rough, bruv.
No, just means that I have work to do now.
Do you need a weapon? Oh boy, here we go again.
Sometimes, but we never took him serious. Maybe we should have. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Better decide at the beginning the abduction of Desmond Miles, my son.
Alright, we should be good to go. And you should be live. I will check.
I want to check volumes, make sure those are working well.
You should be live. I will check.
I want to check volumes, make sure those are working well. Yeah, we can hear us. The game volume is even faint on my end. I'm going to have to bump that up. Make sure those are working well. Yeah, we can hear us. The game volume is even faint on my end. I'm going to have to bump that up. Alright, let's see. So, actually, back up. I think it's just the reverb back and forth. Yeah, I think that's just the echo going through.
I paused on my end, so you should get it now.
Volume is maxed on all ends. It's odd that the game is so faint, but
let me see.
Oh.
Let me see. I can take a look and see. First, let me do this so that it doesn't mess with you.
Yeah, well, we can make it work.
No, hold on. I'm gonna see. There might be a way I can help.
All right.
Okay, let me see this. Okay.
See if that does it.
Mute game voice chat. Okay. Let's see if that doesn't help you. All right, try that.
Thank you kindly. All right. Well, let's get back into, well, not the Revolutionary War yet. We're still on, about to start the French and Indian War. So back to, oh, hi, Desmond. When'd you get here?
Desmond Miles.
Miles Desmond, let's blast some redcoats. All right, we will. And, gonna meet, some, Iroquois hotties.
Iroquois hotties.
He runs like he's about to tackle someone in football. Not that that's a problem, mind you.
And now it's time for the swagger.
Fellas. Alright, anyway, we're doing alright. We are doing okay, as the kids would say.
Are you going to read chat up here? Or?
That'd be nice, but I'm not having it up just so I can.
Okay, well, I'll leave it here, and I'll keep this playing so that it doesn't close out on you.
Gotcha.
Do you need me to increase the size of this?
If you can, that'd be awesome.
Wait a second, I think I can.
Oh, Lord Thunder was in your For Honor match earlier.
Yeah, I saw you in there.
Hatham does have drip. That he do. Alright, so let's see. Let us see. Gonna right to the moon! Or not, I'll just hang right
Alright,
here.
how's that, bro?
That'll do.
Okay, if you can read it, then you're good. I want to make sure you could read it. That was important.
Absolutely. Now, let's get through on this cold Boston morning.
Cool, bitch.
Hello there.
No, you said it wrong.
Hello there. Hands up, you pig! That's what I thought.
General Kenobi, I have lung cancer.
I thought it was tuberculosis that Grievous had.
Nah, he got the yellow yin yang.
Not the yellow yin yang.
The yellow yin yang.
Oh, the only thing worse would be jungle rot.
Oh, no.
Did you see the American Centurion that Lord Thunder had?
Yeah, I saw that.
He liked it.
I was focused on getting footage at the time, and Bud Clocker was being very mean.
The flu at 85% don't work. Oh yeah, recovering from the flu is always a mess. Hey, fellas. Not for nothing, but considering what's going on around Fort Duquesne, shouldn't you guys be like moving to Pennsylvania or something? Or New York? Never mind.
It's never fun when they're mean.
It's not that they're mean, it's that they're incompetent.
Oh, no, it's not that. I was saying that when I was playing in those matches, I was trying to get footage, but Bud Clocker was being very mean.
Indeed.
He knows what
He knows what he did. I'm taking the most convoluted route through Boston. Or is it Boston?
The Boston Massacre.
Speaking of playing Boston games, I need to get back on Fallout 4.
Back in there.
Drat a wall. Oh, that's right, I'm an assassin.
That's our wall.
Indeed.
Wasn't he voiced by John Cleese?
I think Counter Wall was voiced by John Cleese.
You did good.
Well, it's John Cleese. He's gonna do that. What do you want? You want something?
John Cleese.
You want something? I was hoping to just assassinate him, but I guess not. See, why is that guy getting easy assassination? Uncouth, sir. Uncouth. Are you an assassin?
Or Kitty in that.
Are you an assassin or not? Like, I mean, Hatham's a Templar, so spoilers. But then again, this game's like over 10 years old. So if you don't know, I don't know what to tell you.
You tell them the truth.
There's a lot of truths that I know. So,
by the way, apparently, Lark, I just learned this. Apparently, Warhammer is holding a writing competition.
Dude, nice.
Yeah, basically take two of your favorite characters from Warhammer, have them meet, write a short story about it.
Oh, gee, Gilliman and Lion, please.
It can be, but it has to be in one of two locations in Warhammer 40k or two locations in Sigmar. They have to be from the same universe, so no crossover between 40k and Sigmar.
So no Imps versus Sigmar, got it.
They can only include the two characters, so no other characters. It can only be 500 words or less.
That's not a lot.
I know, that's what I said. I said, that's ridiculous. You want us to write good stories with just 500 words?
I got you, homeboy. Traz in the Infinite meets literally anyone. Catch.
I was going to say Lion and Jagatai.
We do need to see more of that, don't we?
I mean, I don't mind trying it, but 500 words is way too little for me.
Well,
even when I was in high school, I limited myself to 2,000 words.
Limit?
Well, what I usually did was, if I felt like I finished a chapter, I'm like, okay, I've said everything I want to say in this chapter. What was my word count? And it was like only 1,000 words. I'm like, oh no, I've got more to say then. So I would try to go until I hit 2,000 words.
Whose pig is this? Who just leaves their pig just out in the street? Kermit, come pick her up. That's right. Keep walking.
You keep walking, pig.
But it's like, you ever get a game being pro-Revolutionary War because the game is rebellion against the crown was good thing, asterisk? Yeah, this game isn't exactly pro-American. I mean, everyone's fighting for the American Revolution in this game, both good and bad guys, but they do like hammering home the message, the American Revolution was ambiguous at best and bad at worst. And I'm like, you praise Karl Marx. I have no respect for the way you dictate things. Regardless, there is a game out there that actually is pro-American Revolution, or maybe not pro, but just kind of like, hey, it happened, and you get to play alongside it, and that's, ironically, Empire Total War. So, Yeah, now, Empire Total War definitely has its bugs, but yeah, I had fun.
I like it. Brother, may I have some oats?
Have some oats. Get out of here!
like this pig, the pig sage.
I think I was supposed to take a horse, but you know what? Horses are for losers!
Don't tell Talia that.
Alright, well, she's not a horse.
She's not a horse, but implying that 4 legs, you know. Oh, they don't know who... Do you guys in chat know who Talia is? You don't.
They don't even know who Merrick. Hey, Lark, what's the most disappointing thing about Assassin's Creed 3? For me, the fact that the Revolution apparently doesn't go below Philadelphia.
I would say it's the fact that it kind of demonizes the Revolution.
Yeah, I don't like that either, but you know, it's like, I could at least still have fun running around Charleston, but no, we can't have that. They even mock me in Black Flag because we actually do go to Charleston for one mission, and they even say, "Hey, make sure you get good footage of this because we have a lot of fans in North Carolina." Like,
yeah, they don't even know where Charleston is.
It's like, one, it's in South Carolina. 2, they hadn't even gone through the full split yet. And fuck off! Charleston would have been a great town to explore.
Oh, they're delaying Shadows again and remaking Black Flag. I'm willing to bet they're just going to quietly push Shadows like further and further out until we forget about it. We're kind of hoping we forget.
Or until it's not going to have to compete with anything too large.
That would actually be the smartest decision.
Because I think
wait until some obscure date and release it.
Yep.
Because they don't want to compete with any game that's good. Dear Lord, no. Anyway,
Black Flag doesn't.
I've overstayed my welcome. You guys have a good time.
All right, come back anytime you feel like it.
Well, I got stuff I got to take care of.
All right, you scamp.
I'm off to see the blizzard.
Well, I'm riding through a blizzard. Well, not quite, but still. It's a dog. Black Flag is fine as it is. Yeah, it's okay. I say it's okay. It's a great game. I was actually playing it the other day. I still enjoy it. Best pirate game there is. It is kind of funny. It's like, yeah, we're going to make this new pirate game. It's going to be the first quadruple A game. Bombs hard because they forgot what made Black Flag fun. And so now they're like, okay, let's go back to Black Flag. What worked? So like, keep it simple, fellas. Keep it simple. I just realized I'm still taking the most convoluted way possible. Keep jumping, boy. I'm in Lexington, not the Lexington. Oh, you got me a horse. Thank you, Chuck. All right, Chuck. Don't you walk away from me. If U.S. history was an anime, the 7 Years' War would be the first major arc. Likely so. What would early settlement be? Would that be just like or would we get like a American Indian spin-off series to sort of like the prequel?
I'm afraid I have some bad news, sir.
You would, wouldn't you? But or can I say that you never really influenced me into writing a sequel of sorts for a game franchise I'm fan of? Oh, cool.
No doubt he's still angry about losing Pitcairn.
Yeah, you think he'd be hunting us down. You ever Fleekazoid talk about Skull and Bones? Yeah, Fleekazoid had a pretty good take on that. I mean, Fleekazoid's takes are pretty good on the regular. I got into a fight online with someone, and they said Cassandra is the strongest assassin, but she's a demigod. I mean, technically, it's weird because she has half Isu, but it's weird because being like half Isu or whatever, she doesn't even have eagle vision, which is weird, but then again, she could control an eagle. But anyway, I don't play as Cassandra. I have never played as Cassandra. I play as Alexios. They marketed Alexios. Alexios is on the cover. I picked Alexios.
It must be hers. Seems she took to higher ground. Out of the snow and into the trees.
Metal Gear Solid. Ooh. Isu, Shisu. Alright, let's see. What do my elven eyes see? Nothing. I like Alexios too. I need a Cassandra playthrough. The issue I have with doing a Cassandra playthrough is Cassandra unironically does a better Deimos than Alexios does. So I find that Alexios' Deimos is just too over the top. Find the mysterious woman. My senses fail me. Because right now all I'm finding is snow and trees. Oh, there you are. You're just right freaking there. Nice snare.
Wait here.
You suck at stealth. Okay. You post on Discord. Ooh! Vives! Call Lehman. Gosh! Dang it, Chuck!
Wait! Come back!
You scared off the girl.
Charles, before he grows suspicious. I can handle things from here. But sir! But nothing!
If Anakin hates sand, what character hates
I
snow?
only wish to talk.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I am not your enemy. Please just hear me out.
Han Solo. And I thought they smelled bad. That's fair enough. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Oh, he's just an affectionate little fella. Alright, let's carve this bad boy up and get the pelts. Oh, right, I can't do that yet. You think they'd learn that this ain't working? Average toddler versus pitbull experience. Or Australian toddler versus dingo. Dingo ate my baby. Did you see me down those three wolves? Wasn't that cool? Woman! I mean, you come to her house, well, you come to her neck of the woods, you shoot her puppies, I'd run too. Come on. I know this great butter company that you should propose for. Come back. Oh, wait, no, we don't allow that anymore.
Me, Hazel. I come in peace.
I love how she spoke English to him, and she still starts off talking that way.
Sorry.
What do you want?
Well,
A really good Cincinnati chili recipe.
I'm Gazizio.
pleased to meet you.
Gazizio.
Just call me Zio.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Zio.
Do you?
Tell me why it isn't.
I'm gonna call you Zzz. What do you think of my necklace? Pretty cool, huh?
From an old friend.
Only seen such markings in another place.
Where?
It is forbidden for me to see.
Ah, dang it!
Does this mean nothing to you?
We didn't ask you to do that.
I am not the enemy.
Ignore the hidden blade.
Close to here, there is a hill. Lead me there, and we'll see if you speak the truth.
Brother, are you not cold? Didn't have to go far.
That town hosts soldiers who seek to drive my people from these lands. They're led by a man known as the Bulldog.
Listen, you're gonna have to be a little more specific. Pretty much every British general and their brother was nicknamed the Bulldog.
Every day, more of my people are lost to men like him.
Then I suggest
Because intertribal
stop
warfare is a silly myth.
together.
What do you propose?
That we kill Edward Braddock.
Because that will solve the overall problem.
First, we have to find him.
You're not wrong. How did these two fall in love and have Connor? I guess just overexposure. They spend enough time together that they just kind of grow the connection.
Yet you
And really, it's more of a fling than anything else. I mean, he does clearly have feelings for her, but I think they sort of have an understanding that it's kind of on a temporary thing.
I might prove you wrong.
What's your favorite sitcom from the 90s that can still handle real-world problems without being focused?
If not
I
muscles.
bear in mind when I was I was born in '96, so I didn't watch a lot of sitcoms when I was like 3 and 4. But like the ones I remember reruns for, probably ironically the one I remember the most is I'm not even sure it was 90s, but like George Lopez. That's the only one I remember, and I think we've all had that experience of waking up on the couch in the middle of the night because you fell asleep doing something, and then, oh look, George Lopez is on.
That's what they're calling him now. Expedition.
I'm doing pretty good, Michael. Doing pretty good.
Slap a fancy name on something and all evil is excused.
All right, we've got something at it. Lady, move. I know you want to touch, but hands off the merchandise. Pay no attention to me. I'm just inexplicably going to. Okay, why? I was just walking over to my buddies by the window. This is my favorite Assassin's Creed game, and I really like it. But I have to admit, the novelization is even AO3 had better writing.
Cool today. The endless crashing of the waves, the sting of the salt in my eyes, and the goddamn gulls shrieking and shitting everywhere.
That is what the goals do, sir.
Aye, the Bulldogs putting together.
Home Improvement did a good job of not forcing real life issues. Yeah, you probably are. I just don't remember watching a lot of Home Improvement.
Slap a fancy name on something and all evil is excused.
All right. Apparently, I've got to hightail it over there. I love how she's just walking through, and yet I'm the one drawing attention.
I can feel the French are ready to move on our positions. What do Braddock intends to do about it? He's already left for the advance camp. I'll wait.
Gee, what would a British general do when a French general is perceived to be moving in on British territory? Hey, Lark, did you play the... No, I didn't play Tyranny of King Washington. We might touch that. I don't know, but it depends, because right now, I gotta get through this prologue.
Boy, where you going, Cully?
What did you call me?
No, the other cop, Robbie.
Okay, not me then.
I was listening. Oh, and now? Well, now, I'm going to feed you your teeth.
Because you look like you haven't had a good meal.
What's gonna be the problem?
Honestly, I don't know why you're not drawing attention. Because this would 100% draw attention. Alright, come on, come on. Do it again. I'm not paying for that table. That was awesome. Not paying for that one either. You're a tough one, ain't ya? Alright, who's next? Who's next? I don't like that guy. Come on, give him the chair! I'm right next to this perfectly good table. Actually, come up, come. Not like that, idiot. Now come over here, come over here, come over here. That's right, perfect. Excellent.
You're hurt.
That's nothing.
Honestly, I think it's his blood. Oh, she's gonna bash him over the head with a bottle. Oh no.
Should stop the bleeding.
Well, actually, this should more disinfect the wound than anything else, but okay.
It wasn't necessary. Thank you.
Would you like to touch anything else?
We should move on. Meet me at Braddock's camp when you're ready.
She wants me. But yeah, I'll put it on there, Tab. Wait, did I actually get full sync? Nice. Alright, where to next? That away, huh? This is my horse, right? I don't even care. Lark, this is a friendship stream, not a hot stream. Well, we may be seeing a family get made at the towards the end of this stream. Depends on how quickly I can get through this dang prologue. Because don't get me wrong, Hatham, I love you, I mean it, but I want to be going, inserting tomahawks into redcoats. Did you just freak out because of a rabbit? Heart of a lion, this one. Alright. Lovely country. Man, we got through the... Yeah, that's another weird thing about this whole countryside thing. We got Lexington, Concord, which implies we're close to Massachusetts, but we also get areas like Saratoga here, which they just condense the entirety of like the upper, like the backcountry of the middle colonies and the New England colonies into just one area. How long is this prologue? Is it longer than Kingdom Hearts 2 prologue? Can't remember with many other games with the long of. I actually think this is longer than... Yeah, this is longer... The prologue is longer than Kingdom Hearts 2 because Kingdom Hearts 2, sure, you have a bit to go on with Roxas, but then once you're Sora and you just go. Even after you get through the Hatham bit, you gotta have Connor grow up. And then once you have Connor grow up, you have to have him train as an assassin. And so that takes time. Like, I don't think it's until 1773 you're actually like, okay, you're off the training wheels, do whatever you want now. Dear. Reminds me of home. Rabbi. Now, when I actually go hunting for stuff, these animals will not be here. It's not a lion, it's a horse. Ah, right you are, Atla. Hey guys, mind if I ride in? No? Okay. I wish we could stay as Hatham Kenway. I don't know, I remember like Assassin's Creed Revelations, like you could change skin, like I played Revelations as like Desmond for a bit, because I could get that as a skin, which was trippy. But I don't know, maybe they let me put the skin on of Hatham. Sergeant Reckless wouldn't have been scared of the bunny. So, I'm back.
Use the snowstorm to mask your approach.
Fair enough. One of my biggest gripes in this game is that Desmond and William make up, but Hatham and Connor don't.
I'll have to approach this.
It's sort of a weird thing too, because Connor at the very end goes like, "Hatham, you were right." I'm like, no, absolutely not. The idiot thought he could try and get more order control out of rebelling against Britain. Oh shoot, I gotta move fast. Thank goodness they're all blind. Don't worry, the cheese isn't French. We would hate to subject you to that. What is Imra in Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 story mode? Is he a demon prince or something I confused? Oh, you mean like the main chaos sorcerer? He's just a chaos sorcerer. That's because that's pretty much what all of the sentient Thousand Sons are. Reason he has like all those weird mutations is the longer you spend in the warp and the more particularly you work with warp sorcery, the more mutations you get. Alright.
There will be no truth. Damn it. Why, George? What reason did he give? He said a diplomatic solution
Is that Washington I hear?
that allowing the French to retreat would only delay an inevitable conflict, one in which they now have the upper hand. There's merit to those words.
Washington, if that is George Washington, you've already been shooting at the French. Oh crap. That's right. Back off, pal. George, you and Edward Braddock got along well. What the hell are you talking about? I never knew of a country going into debt helping another. Oh, that happens.
I know. That man will surely be of use. I need to find him.
Oh, crap. Ah! I was never here. Do not kill guards using weapons. Why not? Wasn't the Revolutionary War the reason the French had theirs? Yeah, that was the major reason. Because, well, they got themselves deep into debt, and revolutionary ideas kind of traveled over. But the secret level TV show? No, I need to, though. I do need to. But yeah, so here's part of the reason, like, so it was like they bankrupt themselves saving the USA. Yeah, but you gotta understand that wasn't the original plan. They, because here's the thing about that. The French and the Spanish and the Dutch did not join the war out of the goodness of their own heart because they just liked America and they wanted to help out. They joined for two reasons and two reasons alone. One, screw over Britain because they were sore about the 7 Years' War. Two, they wanted sugar islands. Because back in the 18th century, even into the 19th century, sugar islands made bank. So Jamaica, the Bahamas, all the Trinidad and Tobago, all of these islands made a lot of money. And so this gave them an excuse to not only declare war, but also have a good chunk of the British military distracted fighting the colonials so they could go and swoop in and try and take those sugar islands. This was one of the reasons why when the French entered in, the British were so upset because now they had to focus fighting on other fronts. However, as fighting actually wrapped up in 1781 after Yorktown, the British generals saw the writing on the wall. They knew what was going on, but it took a while to get everyone to the negotiating table because France and Spain were still holding out hope that they could get some territorial concessions for it. Because if they could get some of the sugar islands out of it, then by George, they could actually probably take the brunt of the cost of the war. But that didn't happen. They were forced to come to the negotiating table sooner than they wanted to, and so they didn't get what they wanted out of it, thus leading to the large debts. Combine that later on with France having to deal with large-scale famines, it was just not a recipe for success regardless of who they backed and how much debt they went into. Yep, it's all about that sugar. That's why in Black Flag, the things you target aren't always gold, but it's mostly sugar and rum, because that stuff sold so dang well. Like, what's up with the French surrender joke? I mean, I get it, but what really made the joke popular? Okay, you gotta understand the historical context. Now, I'm pretty sure you understand that the French surrendered in World War II. Sup, dude? Oh, come on, he didn't get to alert anybody. Alright, is there anyone I can shoot before I... Alright. Fine. But yeah, so where was I? Wait, didn't the French nobility not suffer while the lower class did? Okay, I'll address that in a second. Let me address the French surrender thing. The French surrendered in World War II. Now, what's funny about the French surrendering in World War II is they were actually had a more impressive military technology than the Germans at first at the start of the war. But they made a blunder not thinking that the Germans could go through the Ardennes forest and the famous Blitzkrieg. So they blitzed themselves through the Krieg and all that jazz. France surrendered. Now, with France surrendered, nobody was expecting France to surrender. Keep in mind, they held out for 4 years. 4 long years. That's payback, pal. And in World War I. But they last a couple of months in World War II. And so we kind of clown on them for that. But to cap it off, the guy that kind of headed the French resistance afterwards, Charles de Gaulle, he was an effective leader, but he rubbed American leadership, and to an extent British leadership, the wrong way. And so we often clown on them because he would get under our skin. Like there was a moment after the war where Charles de Gaulle was giving a great speech. Was giving a speech like, "Well, the Americans helped us beat the Germans." Yeah, like, because the French were the crucial factor in that. They helped us beat the Germans, but now they need to get out of France. And President Lyndon B. Johnson, to his credit, said, "Does that include the Americans in French cemeteries?" Basically, shut up. So that's part of the reason why, because a lot of times the French, not all of them, but a lot of them can be very much snooty about, and they'll sort of sneer out of the people, because keep in mind, France used to be the country. And so there's a little bit of resentment and other stuff like that. And so we like to hold stuff over them. They make fun of us, we make fun of them. It's how the world goes round. But to answer your question about the French nobility, the French nobility, for the most part, did not suffer as much as the peasants did, but that's traditional everywhere. But they did. But there was suffering to be had all around. The problem was with the French Revolution is that the circumstances were different all across France, which is why, realistically speaking, half the country fought with itself. The French Revolution provoked more than one civil war because around Paris, yeah, they wanted the nobility dead. But in, say, other regions, they thought, oh, shoot, we think that our nobility's fine. They treat us well. It depended very much on the region you were in. There are very few French people I trust. Sly Cooper, the guy who invented croissants and baguettes, the TF2 spy to a degree, and the giant Frenchman who hunted British people. Listen, I actually had a very funny experience. Like, back when I was in high school, my family went to Disney World. We went to Epcot. Now, as a part of Epcot, we ate at the French restaurant. Our waiter was one of the nicest guys I had ever met. And comparatively, when I've met other French people, the experience hadn't been a good one. So I was like, I gotta tell you, dude, you're like so nice and so polite and cordial. And I recognize that part of that's just like, hey, you're working here. But like, why are the other French people so rude to me? And he goes, they're probably from Paris. Those guys are a-holes. I was like, where are you from then? I'm from Marseille. We're nicer. And I don't know, that just kind of always stuck. He's like, is northern France just the jerks and southern France just chill? You don't know? Hey, always happy to help. Serve, we volley. That's the game everyone plays. It certainly doesn't help when you have no central unifying figure like George Washington just unscrambled for power, also is leaving. Yeah. Believe it or not, France almost had a George Washington. Marquis de Lafayette. He wanted to be the French George Washington, but he got betrayed and then he got executed. What's funny is when he was killed, they said we refused to bury him in French soil. America, out of respect for Marquis de Lafayette, sent a box of American soil and said bury him there because we loved him so much. Listen, we'll put it on the fridge, but let's be real. This isn't a good sketch. Quasimodo. Everyone loves Quasi H-Right Moto. But technically he was a gypsy. They had German gold. Where did Switzerland's famous neutrality in World War II come from, as they weren't that neutral? Well, the thing is, legally they're neutral. That's the big thing. It's in their constitution that they have to be legal in most wars. But I don't know if you know anything about Swiss bankers. They like making money. So they're going to do what they can to make money. And there are several countries that were neutral, but they weren't neutral. Like the United States at first was neutral, but we were supplying the Allies. Spain was neutral, but they were sympathetic to the Axis at first because, well, the Axis Condor legions helped them win their civil war. If you live in a popular destination, you will become better. I live in a popular destination. I live in Beaufort, South Carolina, the county. I'm not giving any more specifics than that. So I get it. I absolutely get it. But the thing is, if you come to my country like come to me and you're rude to me in my own country for tourists back at your own homeland, I'm sorry. I can't do that. I apologize for Americans being rude and jerks in Paris. I don't support that, but don't come take it out on me. It's kind of like, but I also have like issues with like French Canadians because I had family of French Canadians. Back when I worked as a host at Olive Garden, these guys, well, they were guys and girls, and we're told, like, hey, when you're bringing people to their table, talk to them, ask them how they're doing, be friendly. And so we did that. So I was like, hey, how you doing? You guys just drive in? And this lady from Quebec shoves her hand right in my face, sticks her nose up in the air, goes, no anglais. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? I don't speak French. The closest French-speaking country is Haiti, so I don't know how to help you, lady. I was watching one of Cody's videos, and he said Hitler kept asking Franco to join repeatedly, but Franco said that he wouldn't unless he could get Gibraltar. And Franco did that specifically because he knew he wasn't getting Gibraltar. Franco did not want to join specifically because he knew it would be the end of him. He wasn't ready for a war because he just put down a civil war. Sending the army out of the country to go fight some foreign conflict is only inviting trouble. Shark Chaos remembers. Shark Chaos is an OG. Again, I think it was probably supposed to get a horse. Condor Legion made it easy for Franco to win, but they weren't the deciding factor. The Spanish Civil War was a stomp, all things considered. Socialists were terrible at war. They were, but you got to consider, the big thing that helped out the socialists was the international brigades, because they were about to take Madrid, and then here come the international brigades. I actually recommend you watch the Call Me Ezekiel video, where he compares Homage to Catalonia to Peter Kemp's Of Mine Were Troubles. And I think that does a great job of sort of talking about the Spanish Civil War. But also, it's just his breakdown of the Spanish Civil War is pretty good. But yeah, the Condor Legion did absolutely help, but I'm not going to say the Nationalists would have lost without it, but they were grateful for the support. Because the Condor Legion was better support than whatever the heck the Soviets did, because they just stole gold and inserted NKVD agents. Not interested. Poor fella.
Hard at work, I see.
Hey, don't you judge. Oh, hi.
It is time. We've set up camp to the north. Meet me there.
I hope there's s'mores.
Gentlemen, let us away.
And actually, don't wait up. Thomas, go to bed, buddy. You ain't ready.
First it was too cold.
Have you ever had that conversation with Ben Franklin in the store? I so rarely see Ben Franklin. I interacted more with Ben Franklin in Assassin's Creed Rogue than I did in 3. Hey Raven, what happened to the Swiss bank that stole art from the Nazis after World War I? One, this is Lark talking, but two, I don't know. When I study World War II, Switzerland isn't typically my first go-to. It's a good question, though. It's just, I don't know the answer, and I don't want to guesstimate and lead you wrong.
Where's your boy Lee gone off to?
Where has Lee gone off to?
Time to finish out his service on the right.
Oh yeah, because that's a thing. I'm surprised people don't know that the Soviets and Germans were allies at first. They always suspected as if they divided up Poland. It was, well, the thing is, what's really weird is originally, like in 1934, Germany and Poland had a non-aggression pact to protect themselves from the Soviets, but you know how Hitler is when honoring deals. Oh, you're fine, Shark. I know it's a force of habit. And if you'll excuse me, Benjamin, I have some business to take care of. Hello, lady. What's up, fellas? How we doing? We got, what, 3 guys total? We've been...
United in their desire to see Braddock sent away. The Abenaki, Lenape, Shawnee.
It's really not Braddock they're mad at. It's British settlers in the region. They prefer the French because they're less likely to trespass on territory. So let's frame that properly, please. It's not like they specifically hated Braddock. It's like, oh, the British were fine. It's just this one dude that just rolled into town. A lot of stolen German art ended up on the black market. Yeah, it did.
Everything all right, sir? Just savoring the moment. No doubt, many wonder why it is we've pushed so far west.
No, I'm wondering why you're not wearing an officer's uniform, sir.
Untamed and unsettled, but it shall not always be so. In time, our holdings will no longer suffice, and that day is closer than you think. We must ensure our people have ample room to grow and further prosper.
You guys are going to be singing a different tune after Pontiac's Rebellion.
The French understand this and endeavor to prevent such growth. They skirt around our territory, erecting forts and forging alliances, awaiting the day they might strangle us with the noose they've built. This must not come to pass. We must sever the cord and send them back. This is why we ride, to offer them one last chance.
We're really not going to bring up the whole Battle of Fort Necessity and George Washington's little blunder.
Now's the time to strike.
Wait.
But one time it would make sense to criticize George. Remember, the Canadians are the reason the Geneva Convention was made. Oh yeah, in World War I, their motto was, "Hey man, it ain't a war crime the first time." Oh yeah, my heavens.
Perfect cover for me to deliver the killing blow.
Or we could just snipe them here. But no, your plan's good too.
We await your signal. There, in front of us.
Trigger militia, kill militia without triggering open conflict. I wish this game went into the reasons of the revolution, like how Parliament technically didn't give representation in Parliament. Yeah, that's actually a big beef of mine, particularly when Sean starts crap-talking us. Hey, buddy, come over here. I want to show you something cool. Look at this bush I just found. You're going to love it. Why did you guys jump out? I stayed hidden. This ain't my bad. They just got antsy. See? Proof I stayed stealthy. Ooh, roast red coat. Gosh, I wish my later allies would be so useful. Sean's always been an a-hole. Listen, he's always been an a-hole, but this is like the first time the games are kind of like, he's kind of got a point. Because they don't have any, he doesn't say it like he's trying to be cocky. He actually puts it forward as like, why is it like this? And they don't let Desmond give a good, sufficient answer in response. Redcoats do have drip. Listen, a lot of 18th century warfare, the boys be dripping, okay?
The French push back through your bottom.
Like, enjoy it. Like, the Prussian uniforms are pretty good. Napoleonic uniforms are also pretty tight.
Sir, you are grateful.
So what are we doing here? Really?
So fun on the other end of the barrel, is it?
Did we intimidate him already?
Look out!
Oh look, the French here ruined everything.
Sir.
Yes, thank you, Chuck. Now, where was I? Oh, right. I threw away the element of surprise for no reason whatsoever. All right, get moving, get moving. Edward, come back. I promise I didn't mean to kill you. Lark scale of 1 to 10, how historically accurate of Napoleon? Nah, I'm not even getting it. As soon as I heard what the focus of that movie was, I did not even go see it. I was so excited to go see it, and then I heard that it's like, oh, they actually want to focus more, they want to just make Napoleon look like a simp. And I'm like, no. If that's what you look at Napoleon's history, and the only thing you can deduce from is like, oh, he was just a simp for his wife and an incel, like, I'm sorry, I don't want to see your movie. I do not want to. Well, what have we here? Sup, dude?
I know it took you for a coward, but come on then!
Washington with the save.
Arrogance. I always knew it really is.
This is different than the Xbox version. What's different about it? Because I remember playing it on the 360, and this is pretty much accurate.
Don't. Hurry before he gets away.
Oh, we'll see the scene. Because Desmond does put up a fight, but it's not a good one in terms of, like, actual argumentation.
I don't deserve this!
Oh, shut up! Should have just done that from the beginning. Why isn't Washington the commanding officer? Because he wasn't in actual history. They do get that right. Because what happened is, at first the Virginia militia sent him to kind of like go check out the area because there was a concern that the French were building forts in that region. Long story short, he gets up into a fight, but he wins the first battle, but then a larger French force comes out, and it's actually a real funny story how that works. They capture Washington, they force him to sign a document saying that it was all his fault, even though it wasn't. He just didn't understand French, so he didn't know what he was signing. He was also drunk on wine at the time because they gave it to him. Then Washington gets sent back. Britain goes, no, that's not how this is going to end. They sent Edward Braddock down. They put Washington directly under him and said, okay, you're going to learn from Edward Braddock. He's an actual gentleman officer, great guy to learn under. And so they sent him out. So he was not the commanding officer in this. Washington was, this is early in his military career. Alright, we got his ring, and that was important for whatever reason.
It's done. I've upheld my part of
Did I just get her number?
I expect that you will honor yours.
So is this the start of the French and Indian War? Yep, pretty much. And the start of the 7 Years' War. Napoleon is the one man I'd ask as to why I should fight for you, and his answer would be, I am Napoleon, I am the Emperor, and I'll go. Well, guess I'm invading Russia in the middle of winter. I might talk him out of that one. Angel. Oh yeah, we give the ring to Charles because we couldn't just make a new ring.
No.
They graffitied it! It's just underwhelming. I mean, all of this prologue for this.
This room is all there is.
I expected more.
Ah, well. Win some, you lose some. So, what are you doing later?
What is it?
That's a cow.
Came into their world and shaped you for what life might come. She had a hard journey, fraught with great loss and peril.
But we don't need to get into that now.
But she believed in her children.
Like as if where Hatham can't get in because he doesn't have the... I know he doesn't have it. I'm making jokes. Granted, the Xbox version, the one has a better video quality and lighting. Well, this is the remastered version. Ah, she do want it. Which accessory do you think has the worst gameplay? Ooh, I'm gonna have to go with Syndicate. My reasoning for that is Assassin's Creed 1 might have some clunky gameplay, but you can get through it relatively well. 2, the parkour is a little off, but it's still fun, along with all of the Ezio stuff. 3 has its issues, but it's perfectly playable. 4 and Rogue played smoothly as can be. I rag on Unity, but if you spec the right way, you can have a pretty good time. I even had good times at certain points. Syndicate is a chore to play through. It is just a chore. Odyssey and Origins, I think the gameplay is actually pretty good. And I know a lot of people, even Fleekazoid, would say, no, they aren't actually good games. I disagree on Odyssey. I think it actually is a good game. Of course, because my build's just superior, but what can I say? Sup, dude? How we doing? Wait, hold on. Something didn't seem quite right. Want to get a look at you, young man? Ow. Hey, I was just wanting to get a look at the officer, dude. Jerk. Jeez, you're so rude. Come on. Pathetic. Actually, one thing I do like about this game very much is like later when the Hessians come out, they will crap talk you as they parry your attacks. Like, pathetic. Don't shove people that are just trying to identify your officer. Odyssey is better when you play it not expecting an Assassin's Creed experience. I would have played it regardless of the setting. That's exactly my line of thought there, Chance. That is exactly my line of thought. Will you be playing the DLC of this? We'll see. We'll see. I've never played it before, and I don't have a strong desire to, but we'll see. Maybe you can convince me. What about Valhalla? I enjoyed Valhalla, and Platinum did Valhalla because it was amazing. I hate Valhalla. I hate it with a passion. It is the only Assassin's Creed game I actually stopped halfway through, and I have not picked it up since. I don't like the story. The gameplay is lackluster compared to Odyssey, and I know that's my personal opinion, just my personal taste, because I thought it was good at Odyssey. I don't think they need to change it. I hate how the loot system works. I hate how I can't go around and just do stuff anymore. I have these sagas and stories to do, so I can't grind XP to get the stuff I want properly. And they'll have like stuff that's like, oh, come look at this thing. There's something cool here. Oh, you're not. You have to do more whatever to make sure you can come back here. It's like Valhalla annoyed me, and also the idea just like they're not real Vikings. They are sugar-coated, whitewashed Vikings. Like, oh, they didn't raid to get rich or gold or anything. They raided because they were just trying to get supplies for their village. No. If I want to play a Viking game, let me play a Viking. And also both those games, the main characters were are more physical and less stealthy with their approach. It depends on how you spec it. Like in Odyssey, I was ironically better at stealth in Odyssey than I was in games like Unity and Syndicate, because I could spec into stuff that was fun. And like, if you just if you have set up multiple builds and one's just like dedicated to stealth damage, you can just depopulate an entire fortress of Creek soldiers, leaving like only their ones, run out, stab them real good, run off and hide again, and they're like, what the heck was that? And you come out and you stab them off, or you let a bear finish them off. Fool. I'm talking about their characterization. They are far more warriors than assassins. Oh, 100% on that, Mark. They are 100%. What? He's a Templar? Oh my gosh! I think the father's name is Earl.
Wait, what?
For Honor Raider is fuming. Indeed. Like, if I wanted to play a Viking, I gotta play For Honor. Because, granted, those aren't always historically accurate there, but at least they get the Great Raid in the For Honor story mode, that's Viking mentality right there. That is Viking mentality. And also, the whole story concept of Valhalla was stupid. Because guess what? They pulled the same nonsense. They advertised male Eivor, but no, Eivor's actually canonically a female. But also the reincarnation of Odin for some stupid reason. Which I thought was just so dumb.
Hey, he's your ancestor too. Why don't you hop in the Animus?
That's actually not a bad idea.
That's your response. It's like dealing with a 6-year-old. What is wrong with you, Desmond?
Daddy issues, Stockholm Syndrome, what?
I'm sick of being treated like I'm not even here. Desmond, do this. Desmond, do that. Desmond, you better figure things out because the sun is going to turn us all to ash. And I know I was really nice to you, but actually I'm just another Templar plot twist. And yes, I would like very much for you to be controlled by a magic space wizard so that you can murder me. So there's your answer. I'm sick of being a goddamn pawn. I thought it was different with you. I mean, you're my father, but
They have better drip.
Everything I
I like how Assassin's Creed Mirage just came out and no one bothered to talk about it. Because no one wanted it. They advertised it, yeah, it's a return to the formula, return to, oh, by the way, you're playing as Loki. I'm out.
Well, I'm just going to pretend this never happened.
Shut up, Sean.
Bringing everyone up to speed on where we stand.
We're standing in New York.
Isn't good. It appears this temple is powered by a collection of, well, I guess they're batteries. You found one on your way in, but there aren't any more, at least not down here.
Any idea where we can find replacements?
Not yet, so I intend to tiptoe to the Obstacle database. Now, if I can cross-reference these particular devices with their database, then we'll get lucky.
See what you can do.
Obviously. Anyway, Desmond, you can either take a look around here or we can head back to the Animus.
We'll poke around a bit and then we'll see what's going on. Hopefully the newest AC game is better than the recent ones. Shadows has the deck stack against it. It's gonna be rough. So Rebecca, how's it feel being the only chick in the group now? Receive messages. Why do you email me? I'm right here. Huh.
Working on
Lots of different stuff. If you're going into the field, we need a way to keep tabs on you and stay in touch. Hacking into local security systems won't cut it.
Thanks.
For what?
I don't know. Everything. You sacrificed a lot for me. You and Sean both.
Well,
The Animus.
not Sean.
The elevator.
I refuse to give him acknowledgement.
Put all that work into the database. Help me solve Clay's puzzles. I know I haven't been the easiest person to work with, and I'm sorry for that. I just want you to know that even if I'm shooting and showing it, I appreciate everything you've done.
I don't think you two have actually had any beef whatsoever with each other. With how much animosity is towards the game, I don't think it's going to be that successful, especially when it's been delayed so many times. I think there's going to be enough people that can just like, listen, I don't like the decision they made, but I want an Assassin's Creed Japan, so I'm going to go for it. So I think they will make some money off it, maybe not as much as they would like, but I think they will make some money off it. So, hi, Dad, how we doing?
Yes?
Just thought I'd, say hi.
You have more important things to do right now.
Hey, want to go jump into that crevice and see what happens?
What? What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Hi, son. How are you? What have you been up to?
I know what you've been up to. Nothing. You wasted away in some shitty apartment with a pointless job, while the rest of us were out there fighting to make a difference.
You were such an asshole.
I'm with Desmond on this one.
Hitting me again. Because this time, I will hit back.
That's all I have to say about that. My dad doesn't love me. Fun fact, the American accent is actually the original British accent, and the current British accent is actually one that distanced itself. Yeah, there's some truth to that, because the American accent is maybe not the original British accent, but it's the more natural developed one. It naturally developed, whereas the typical posh British accent that we think of was sort of a break with the aristocracy trying to sound more, well, posh. I believe it started to come around the time of George III, because it was sort of like a trying to copy him. It's why some people even say they prefer, experts in like Shakespeare saying they prefer watching Shakespeare plays where they do American accents, because that would be more akin to what the original plays would have been like, rather than doing these British accents and, oh no, it's Juno. What do you want? That's right, get out of here. Nobody likes you. Anything else you gotta say, Sean? Or can I kick him off the ledge? Please, I can kick him off the ledge.
Hello, Desmond. How's things?
They're not well.
Another day, another ancestor.
Who'd have thought you'd have a Templar in your family tree?
I think he started out as an assassin. Must
He
have
didn't
turned-
actually.
Right, you are despite the fact
Juno, the weakest of wizards.
it appears that Haven's father was indeed
Especially during that time, they sounded kind of southern. The southern accent is very akin to the British accent. It's, some people point out like the southern accent is just the British accent slowed.
he and Haven's
Please don't get mad at me, but are Slanesh,
long-time rivals.
or Slanesh and Xenos a part of the same group? Can be, because there were some, like the Lair were, if I remember correctly, they were actually a Xenos race that worshipped the Slanesh, but Fulgrim killed them, but that's where he got the Lair blade from. So there are aliens that do worship the Chaos Gods. And Slanesh, I think, is the most recorded followers out of them, because, well, Slanesh can be very enticing. Anyway, back to the Animus. Ethan's father died. He was really young. Yep. So he never got inducted into the Assassins. By the time he found out, he killed the person who killed his father, but he was already a Templar at that point. Aliens like the French. Oh. But he went to get milk. Dark hunger. I think you satisfied that dark hunger, if you know what I'm talking about. The cheese-eating surrender monkeys. I'm not going to rag on the French that hard. Yeah. Those games always felt slow compared to others. Indeed. She got that hip swing, that she do. Like they used to say, got a good swing on that back porch. What have I told you about reading? Why'd you say it like that? Excuse processing? Hey, it's my disappointing best friend. Hi. Stay out of the mud. Well, there goes my afternoon. This is one of the best AC games. Is it though? I mean, it's fun, and that's the point of any game. It's fun, but it does have its issues. Hence the reason we are critiquing. And one of the big problems of this game is, I think it's actually the biggest problem people have with this game, is how long we go through prologue. Oh boy. I know a lot of people, even anthropologists, were praised, like, look, it's like you're getting to see a Native American village, you're going to see the Iroquois. They even consulted tribal experts to get the language right. And I'm like, yeah, it's great. I kind of wanted to play an Assassin's Creed game now. Honestly, though, with like the homesteading stuff we do later, and that kind of nonsense, makes you wonder if like someone's ever going to set up like a game where it's like you have to be like, it's like the colonial America, and you have to like establish your own. It's kind of like Manor Lord. You have to establish your own homestead and township or something like that, and you could play like an English settler, French settler, Spanish settler, or maybe even one of the various Indian tribes. I'd play that game. That sounds fun. I still prefer Monteriggioni over the homestead. I just like Italian architecture, so I feel that. I like a lot of the homestead missions purely because they actually provide some degree of levity for Connor, which is missing in a lot of the other stuff. Because it's one of the few times he takes a break from Charles Lee. Don't bash on the French too hard, or they until they threw down until they got screwed over in World War II. Yeah, not much they could do, honestly, though. With the voice acting, I always liked it when they used the native language instead of trying to insert, say, Spanish or English translations rather than just playing it straight. Fair enough. I don't even mind that they use the original native language. It's just they praise like how much they went to, and it's kind of like it's harder to appreciate. It's actually like little moments like this now that I think about it. It would be cool if they added museum mode here retroactively, sort of like how they did with Odyssey and Origins, and because that would be a great learning tool. Tell us how you feel about Charles Lee. Oh, it's not me that complains about Charles Lee, it's Connor. Because Connor, or Ramahagin, has two modes, Stoic and Charles Lee. But no, I have no real love for Charles Lee, realistically, either. I don't think he was that great of a general. Particularly because he was also in South Carolina, involved with the Battle of Fort Moultrie, where he told us to leave, and Colonel Moultrie's like, up yours, Charles, I know what I'm doing. Charles the bitch. Well, look who we have here. Get out with your hands up. Did you just try? You're gonna get it for that one, pal. Quit telling me you would have been a jerk. See if I remember where they all are. One's like poorly hiding by one of the rocks, if I recall. You can hunt wolves in a couple of the other games. Rogue, you can hunt wolves. You can hunt wolves in, pretty sure you hunt wolves in Odyssey and Valhalla too. But yeah, I think the hunting is probably handled the best in this game. Look at how much we got on the Native Americans, Lark. I see that, I appreciate that, but why is it slow? Also, doesn't help that you realize you learn precious little about the Native Americans. Oh no, I found doves. I made a mistake. No, I never will be accepted into the tribe. Run out of time here. Wrong place, wrong time. Nah. Ooh, what haveth we here? A clue, perchance? Aha! You tell him, pal. Gosh, how did I miss you? Not really. You actually suck at hiding. I'm just dumb. Where are you? There's someone sneaking about. The Americans were humans, so why they make Connor disinterested and angry? I played the game and I don't ever see him smile. No, you don't. I think you actually see him smirk. No, you do see him smirk once. But the issue I take with it is you're right. Like, they go with the stereotypical, oh, he has to be the stoic Native American that never smiles or does anything wrong or anything along those lines. But you can have American Indians with a good sense of humor. Wait a minute. I saw your tunics clipping through the branches. That's how I knew. Calvinism? It's kind of an open-handed, like, not, I'm not a big proponent on Calvinism and predestination. not the way I think God does things, but if it is, then that's the way he does things. I used to be far more defensive on the topic of predestination, but yeah, I don't believe in it, but I can understand how some people can get that interpretation. How good of a general was George Washington? I would like to tell you that George Washington was just the bestest general ever, and that he did no wrong ever. But in American military history, and even American military history, he isn't the best general. He's not bad, but he's not the best. Ah, crap, I gotta go hide. But the thing is, with old George, what put him apart from the generals of the time was two things. One, he understood the concept of, we can't do a do or die resistance. If I need to retreat, I will retreat. I will keep the army together under all circumstances. Oh, hi, dear. I will do whatever I can to try and keep the army together. And the other thing was that he was willing to admit, I'm wrong, and I need to listen to my junior officers and be able to work with them. Like he was able to work with Daniel Morgan, Nathaniel Greene, very well. And so he would sometimes put his pride aside and let cooler heads prevail. And that's what set him apart from a lot of the generals of the day. I agree, Michael. All right, Chuck, please rage out on a kid for no reason. Thoughts on the inevitability of death? We all die?
Where have I seen you before?
A milk carton. I don't know.
That wasn't very nice.
Well, you did ruin my game of hide and seek. And well. Stranger danger! Stranger danger! Hey! That's insensitive. We're contacting HR.
Questions from your railroad.
Then go talk to them.
Only tell us where your village is, boy, and you can go.
This is inappropriate. Why would you do that? William, your whole job is to communicate with the natives. Why are you letting Chuck do this?
The sad little flame of your life extinct.
Charles, why? Why are you doing this?
A speck of dust. You and all your ilk, living in the dirt like animals, oblivious to the true ways of the world. The wiser among you recognize the shape of the future. They throw themselves at our feet and beg.
He's passing out, dude. What is this going to do other than traumatize the kid?
You cling desperately to your ways, too ignorant to know your folly. But I am not unkind.
Says the man who was just choking out an 8-year-old.
And so I spare, that you may carry word to your people. Let them know the sooner we are given what we seek.
Because they'll surely trust the word of a child.
Empty life.
You sure you didn't want to talk to like one of the tribe's probably many traders or something?
What is your name?
Charles Lee. Why do you?
Because I want to obsessively yell it out multiple times.
I look for.
I am not. I love the idea that Connor doesn't understand a single word from Charles Lee. He does, but it's still... You just grab this boy, start choking him out, and you're like, we need to talk to your elders, you should throw yourself a toffee. You're like, yeah, negotiation tactic 101. Don't do that. Not saying Connor was dumb, but more as a kid, he wouldn't get what he was saying. You're right. You're right. Absolutely. Because most children wouldn't understand that, but as we've established, he's a pretty smart kid, or at least pretends to be. So, okay, Chuck, this is the same tribe that Hatham went to. I know you probably don't understand that he had a kid with one of the ladies here, but you have to understand Hatham had a sweet spot for them. And you're just logic of like, oh, we need something from them. Let's just burn down the village. Not to mention William Johnson, your whole thing is trying to establish relations with the locals. And here you are burning down the locals. Come on, you ought to be benching more, young man. If you had your protein powder this morning, you would have been able to get that much quicker. Not the... No, this isn't a wigwam. Longhouse. Where do you slide? I thought it was Washington that was the culprit and he didn't know. No, Charles Lee was a part of it. Because the thing is, later on, I might be misremembering, but later on, Washington directly orders a raid into the territory. Do I have to climb? Okay, no, I don't climb. Then how am I getting in? But literally, like, he goes like, "You, Charles Lee, attacked my village." And he's like, "I never." And Hatham is surprised because he's like, "I never ordered an attack. I don't know what that." I know you're in pain, Mom, but could you help me out here? Because, you know... No, really, we can probably take care of this. No, like, your leg's crushed. I think if we get you out of here, you'll be okay. Is there no one that wants to come in and help out? I'd rather be beside me the real way. No, dude, you like seriously, the fire isn't spread that far. Just lift up the branch, you can get her. If that dude just acted a little quicker, she would still be alive. That's all I'm saying. Not Connor's fault, that dude's fault. California? What about California? Oh, I get the fire. You always judge me, man. Don't appreciate it. Why is that parents always have to die in prologues? Not just this game, but RPGs too. Oh no, it's a regular occurrence. Hey, keep in mind it happened in Assassin's Creed 2 as well. Alright, let's start. Yeah, it was like, typically it's always like a family member or loved one dies. It's just, it's how it works. Because the idea is to establish a motivation for our protagonist. And revenge is a very, very powerful motivator. Charles Lee returns to Hatham holding a rifle. Charles, I've heard some news. Not the man with feathers. Alright, here's how you climb. You don't do that, obviously. Don't do that too, yeah. Just yeah, don't do what I do. So what you gotta do is you gotta hold down the right trigger button and just, you know, point in that direction, and then it happens. You're getting all this, right, buddy? Man literally just said skill issue. Literally wasted research to go find the village and then burned it. He's not. No one accused him of being smart. It was better then. Well, they breached into a town. What I liked is in the original game, Assassin's Creed, they actually mentioned like, "Hey, why do I occasionally like hear like people talk like? Why do I hear people talk like the way we talk today?" It's like, oh, it's the translation software in the thing. Though you might catch the odd thing here. So like when you were playing Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, whenever you caught like the original language that was being spoken, you knew, oh, that was the translation software not catching something. Here, I don't know, I'm guessing the Animus just doesn't have Iroquois in as the language. So, I say Iroquois, that might not be the specific language. But it's probably just likely they don't have it in the database, so we're just getting it. But then again, they're translating the text, so what are we going to do? All this to say, we're going on a hunting trip, boys. You are no fun. Do as I do. I'm about to face plant so hard just to prove a point. Ah, tree running. You're too slow. Oh my gosh, really? All right. I thought I'd go for a swim instead of helping you. Now, remember that time you gypped me out on poker night? Alright, fine. Wait a minute, that's like... You could have stood up in that water. You could... Oh my gosh, you patsy. You pansy. Or did you play Far Cry Primal? If so, what do you think of it? Me and Raven actually both played Far Cry Primal. I liked it, never finished it, but I liked it. Raven, I think he finished it? We both liked it, honestly. I liked Far Cry Primal, ironically, more than 4 or 6. Because you got to embrace the Oonga Boonga. And it's like, hey, would you like to ride a saber-toothed tiger into a caveman battle? Yes. I don't know how well that game did, but I thought it was great. I mean, not many websites can translate Native American languages at the moment. Most are only spoken on the reservation by the inhabitants, so it's tough to many outsiders. Yeah, I get that, and that's kind of my point with the idea that they're saying like the translation software might not be working here. I really had a fun time playing it. Yeah. Remember when you took my shells I was going to make a belt for? Yeah, you gonna get it. I only touched the water because I was having to save the disappointment. I mean, my friend. I always wonder why the reservations exist to this day and age. It's kind of a sad reality to it. Here's the thing: reservations are basically quasi-independent nations in terms of the United States. So, being on a reservation, one, you're going to get government benefits and cutbacks from it. Not necessarily good ones, but you are going to get them. And along with that, you get to have to be some degree of partial independence from the United States. And it's sad that a lot of some tribes that don't have reservations actually do better than the ones that do. And what am I missing here? Do I need to go this way? No. I remember Sean was the original disappointment. Yes, but, you know, we had to outsource too. We can't just have one disappointment anymore. Now climb up the deck. Climb up the rock. I'd get on him for his bad climbing skills, but Ezio would have jumped to his death at least 3 times by now. All right. Eagle feathers. Nice, nice. Gonna make a quill out of you. Oh no! Hey, that looks like a turkey vulture. Oh, come on, don't pretend like that was the coolest thing you saw all day. Smooth recovery. The reason I ask because you'd think in our modern age the equality we treat the natives better. I don't mean woke, I mean real equality. It's a complicated issue. Because on one hand, on a legal status, they're treated the same, if not better, in most circumstances. But the problem is, that's just on the legal basis. In a reality thing, a lot of times, just putting native reservations on the idea of like, hey, we're just going to give you government support, it can actually cause more problems than it does good. But I digress. Every reservation is different, too. Yes, I am ready. I've heard of reservations being taken over by gangs. It's not unheard of. Speaking of which, how long is the Disappointment's robot offspring? Is he not a disappointed? Robot offspring? What are you talking about? Oh, I don't acknowledge him as my offspring. Alright, very good. Now I want you to leave a good chunk of this carcass behind because as we know, the Iroquois would never use everything. Much as I hate Connor, I can't help but feel sad that he failed his mission in the end, which was to save his village. Yeah, that do suck, but you know, manifest destiny and all that. Shame though, because realistically speaking, I have no beef with his village, but his village made a very, very poor choice. I believe they made the mistake during Burgoyne's campaign, and if they connect them to that, they really, really screwed up. Alright, we got a stock deer in the area. Get that bow back out. Aha! Clue! Oh, you mean you don't see the magical hourglass? That's weird. Berries were here. I don't think that's true for a second. I think he just wants to show off. Alright. Get in the shrubbery. Here, dinner. Here, oh crap, I don't have a dough tag. The joke is Sean in Fallout 4. Now to depopulate this entire forest. Again, I feel like we could use those bones, you know, turn them into tools or something. Use the organs to make bowstrings and other stuff. You know, okay, fine. I guess we're being wasteful today. How the rabbit live to adulthood if it's that oblivious? I ask myself the question of myself at the same time. Hey, look at that. We eating good tonight. Hoss and Pfeffer. Oh shit. So, actually do your job. Quit being a negative Nancy and go do your job, dagnab you. By the way, getting a little big there, my dude, and maybe you should lay off the game. Ironically, if you don't skin every kill, you desync for being wasteful. Fair enough. I need the meat. You didn't see anything. Get back here. Skittish animals, these deer. Aha! Let's see if we can't get any takers. Coward. I wonder if Hatham regrets what happened to Connor. Well, when he finds out, he does. Nope, too far away. Oh, what's this? Drop kill. Good thing my legs didn't break on that. We eating good tonight. Alright, let's see. What else is in the area? Missed it. Or did I? Why'd you fire two? Well, I don't know if I hit the thing and it's just wounded or... No, it's just spooked. Fox! Never had fox meat before. I honestly find it interesting that the Maya waged a guerrilla war against the Spanish for centuries. In certain parts of the Yucatan, yeah. There were several holdouts. There was also a rump state of the Incas, but I digress. Could be. Could be. Alright. Gotta find a good place to, Get back here! I said get back here! No, you can't. That's right. You better actually get a good distance. Now I know I killed that one. Where I hit that one. Where'd he go? Where'd he drop? I switched to bait for some reason. Oh, well, since I'm switching to bait anyway. Let's see if that gets anything. Snare is going to be too big to catch a deer, but maybe we'll get a rabbit out of the deal. Deer take 2 arrows secure. Well, now they tell me. A rump state? Basically a state that's kind of like been reduced to a fraction of its power. I need to find a way to get back up in the trees. Actually, let me check and see if I got anything in the game. Nope. Not this one. Get out of here! Nothing. I don't see anything in the... That's a bummer. At least those deer aren't scared of me. Thanks, guys. You give me a confidence boost again. I really appreciate that. Now to get to the most efficient assassination technique. Don't run! Gotta be all stealth-like. Yeah, that was over-ambitious on my part. I'll be the first to admit that one. That was my bad. I always found Central and South America more interesting because they still have some aspects of their native culture, while the U.S. doesn't, other than attack helicopters. There are certain aspects that still do exist and certain references to the culture, but yeah. Also, there's a lot of architectural stuff still left behind by like the Mayas, the Incas, and the Aztecs. Foxes are going in. Good, good. But I want that deer! There we go. Good eating, that is. Well, if you're just going to stand there, you're getting shot. You have no excuse there, Mr. Fox. What cannon? What? Also, deer break snares if they go to them first. Ah, that's right. That's right. I thought they just didn't catch them. Other than more than 3 types of animals. You play you don't want my fox pelts? They are the epitome of style. In actual fact, when the Europeans came over to the New World, North America was kind of in a dark age in which never really had big civilizations except small little towns. Well, they actually did have some larger civilizations, like there was several large towns like the Mississippi culture, other stuff like that. So they did have it. And, whoa! Bear! Big friendly bear! Maybe not. Oh, there. Come on, you bruiser. This is so brutal, we have to censor it. This is one of them Kodiak moments. Run away! Ah! If only I could ride the bear into battle. Like, through a rush. Enough, dude! What? No, I hit. What? I don't even have hidden blades yet. How did I do that? Oh, skin it. Thank you. There, I got 3 different type of animals. Bear grease, heck yeah, we're back in business, boy. That's another thing I do like about this game. You get more stuff out of the animal than just, say, skin. What's up, dude? Connor's long nails. You're dead to me. You had another teacher behind me, you son of... Oh, you meant me. Alright, time to call it in for the day. Dang it, I got one right. I was trying to get all of them wrong. Grandma! Shut up, Ollie. Come here. You did what you could with the disappointment, didn't ya? That's okay. We all were disappointed in him. It's my turn to make s'mores, oh boy. Because we know you would probably not do well. Quit nagging me, gosh. Listen, King Philip's War, Pontiac's Rebellion. It don't end well when we do this. Did you just throw a gang sign at me? The Templar best be glad Connor discovered clippers. The nails were deadlier than any blades. Yep. Engine gang sign. Is this what they mean by engine stuff? I know it's not, but since it's a piece, technically it's a piece of Eden in the same shape. They could have used that to unlock the thing, maybe. That would have been wild. Why do you go where I can't follow?
Greetings, Guardian.
when I first played through this, I thought it was a case of wokeism, but I did research and found out that Iroquois really were matriarchal. In certain instances, they were. They definitely did place a lot of respect on women. It did very much vary from tribe to tribe. Like certain tribes, like the Yamasee and the Cherokee, had like women that could actually sit on town count, well, tribal councils. But they had others like the Catawba, which weren't like that. Dang, she gave him some strong weed. Well, now she gave him a piece of Eden. What's funny, in the later games like Valhalla, they actually do give you weed, or not weed, but shrooms. I'm an eagle! Wow. Charles, I don't need a glass ball, throws thing he was looking for. That would be the funniest thing in the world. They actually give Charles exactly what he wants because, like, hey, you guys helped us out last time. And then Charles still burns the place down because he's too incompetent for his own good.
We have waited millennia for your arrival. You
Freaking inverted controls.
the last piece that he may
I do not understand.
nor need you. I sense my words cause pain.
Get over it.
Such was not my intention. You are important, child, in more ways than you will ever know. As we speak, forces gather in secret, preparing to seize control of the land.
Oh, really?
If they succeed, the sanctuary will be breached.
Wait, so they could just get through it by firing cannons? Hey, then why didn't you just think of that? Gee, if only I knew how to get through this door. If only we, the super powerful secret organization, had access to explosives.
Yours is a special lineage.
I mean, that's what I found out about Desmond. Yeah, I don't know. That's not the issue we have here.
Many are connected to you. Many who have changed the world, who will change the world. So too shall you. I have called you here that you might know your duty.
Freaking inverted controls.
For those who would undo our work.
What sanctuary? What work?
Just follow me, kid, okay?
Maintaining the first course will result in a negative outcome. Premature access will destabilize the region. Your village and its people will be destroyed.
Gotta happen anyway. Well, they move, but still, same difference. Whoa, man. We're in the world tree.
What am I to do?
I don't know. Yell Charles Lee a few times. We'll see what happens.
Seek this symbol. No doubt you have many questions. Time will see them answered. For now,
Because I could answer them, but nah.
it's too late.
And the reason we had to do this as Eagles is... What? Giving an Eagle 97 concussions at mouse smells, color, and sees sound. I'm giving him upgrades, Ranger. I'm being considerate. Tree on the back of a great turtle. Yertle! Whoa, that was trippy. Where am I? Intelligence minus 79. Sleeping in the wildflowers again. So who's the girl you were hanging out with, huh? Oh, you're here by yourself. Okay. He longs for an etch and sketch. I told you to stop drawing in the dirt. I acknowledge you say words, but I just want you out of my village. Turtle Gang represent. Thoughts on the Minecraft movie? They made a movie. Haven't seen it, have no desire to see it. Because the joy of Minecraft is kind of doing your own thing. One, the concept of a Minecraft, like, honestly, if you want a Minecraft movie, Captain Sparkles has you covered. She's got like a music video trilogy, quadrilogy. Was this game the beginning of the end for Ubisoft? Oh, no. No, because like, keep in mind, after this game, they make Black Flag, which does phenomenally well. Then, after Black Flag, Rogue and Unity kind of come out in a similar time. Rogue was kind of like a sleeper hit because it carried over what Black Flag did well. I think the story was worse, but it did stuff well. Unity was a buggy mess. Syndicate was also a problem. Origins, though, was pretty well received. Odyssey, it did okay. Valhalla, despite my hating it, it did commercially well. But let's see, there were just a couple failed projects Ubisoft did that also didn't help out. Like Star Wars Outlaws, for example. That didn't do too well. And part of the reason was, like, we had questioned, like, a lot of the decisions. A lot of those weren't even actually Ubisoft's decision. I can't believe I'm defending them for a moment. But, like, Disney was like, no, you can't have a female character do X, Y, and Z. So they kind of held them back in a lot of stuff during the game. Not to say that they didn't have any meddling, but, you know how it is. And then there was just other choices throughout the years that just didn't do so well.
It was not a choice. It was an obligation. Because if not me, then who?
I don't know. Daniel Boone, maybe? Well, this is awkward. Help, I'm stuck! Alright. Unity is actually pretty smooth in its current state. Current state. Current being an operative word. Unfortunately, very few people play it now because, well, they botched that launch. It's why I don't blame wokeism on everything like some gamers do. It's only part of why a game flops. Yeah, it is like Valhalla, I think, had some very woke nonsense involved with it, and yet it did very well. Wokeism is definitely not good for a game, but it isn't always a poison. I mean, it's always a poison, but it isn't always lethal. Get off. Why do you land with a force of 1,000 tons? Because doing it with 999 tons just wouldn't get the point across, now would it? Which game and decisions do you think made them put towards a downward spiral? I'm not sure it's any one specific game. I would say, like, the point I came really disenfranchised with them, I would say Far Cry 6 and Ghost Recon Breakpoint, I think, is when they started making very poor decisions. And my point is this: Far Cry 6 felt very hollow. There were some things that were like okay about it, but like compared to Far Cry 5, which I did not think would be good, and it turned out, with the exception of the ending, to be really good. I really enjoy that game. But Far Cry 6 just didn't wow me in the same way. And then Ghost Recon Breakpoint, similar story. I adored Ghost Recon Wildlands. I love that game. And when I heard Ghost Recon Breakpoint, I was like, oh, sold all the way. I'm getting that game. And then, lo and behold, they did not make a Ghost Recon game. They made a Division game on an island and just slapped Ghost Recon on there and said, yeah, you guys will play that, right? And only after the fact did they go, okay, we tried to change it to make it more like a Ghost Recon game. We didn't know that when you bought a Ghost Recon game, you guys wanted Ghost Recon. Because let me put it to you this way. Ghost Recon Breakpoint did so poorly, the CEO actually had to apologize about it. That is Ubisoft's CEO apologizing. If Ubisoft says, yeah, we didn't do well on this, you can take that one to the bank. The thing about Woken is that people can accept it as long as it isn't intrusive or preachy. Baldur's Gate 3 is a great example. I think another great example is another franchise entirely we can look at, and what are those chuckleheads doing, is Dragon Age. A lot of people like to rag on Dragon Age Inquisition. I particularly enjoyed that game. But, because one of the big problems they had about Inquisition was they thought, it got a little too woke, all this stuff. And I agree it's there, but it didn't ruin the gaming experience for me. But then you have something like Veilguard, where they shove it so far down your throat, you're sent to the hospital. So that's going to ruin it for you. But that's the thing. If the only thing I can see about your game is the woke because it's so distracting, then we're going to have beef. Like, that's another reason why Concord didn't get off the ground, despite being apparently, maybe not a well-made game, but at least passable, was no one liked looking at anything around Concord. It just looked gross. True. But yeah, you're right. Baldur's Gate 3 is a good example because there's a lot, but even then with Baldur's Gate 3, there are certain things that I'm kind of like, seriously? Like, one thing, I had to think about this for a second, and I don't think Lazarin even realized this going in, but there's not too many straight relationships other than What You Bring that are actually forefront in the game. The only ones you see are like the married couples of the Tieflings, and well, they're dead. But you have multiple homosexual relationships that are kind of brought to the forefront, like particularly with the Selûnite cleric and the Aasimar. And I wouldn't complain about that, but my big issue with that is the Aasimar is kind of powerful. I would like your help in more than just one fight. But no, every time I talk to you, you keep on talking to me about, like, I must adore my beloved, or it's like, yeah, I got it, could you help me out? It's weird. And also the gnomes. Oh, the deep gnomes irritate me. I save them every time, but the deep gnomes. Philomena deserved to get blown up, that's all I'm going to say. Her wife didn't deserve her. I'll stand by that statement. And everyone's going, what are you talking about, Lark? And to a certain extent, I don't even know anymore. I think this long prologue is, okay, we're finally at the house. I know what Shay Cormac did. I'm sorry, he was kind of a jerk, but in his defense, you didn't help your situation. Far Cry 6 felt like a copy of the past for other games. You literally play as a veteran and just knock off Cuba. It's only funny because decided to join the guerrilla forces after his friends died. Yeah.
I was told you betrayed me.
Achilles just like, nah.
Go away. I'm not leaving.
I've never been a big fan of the whole everyone is bi thing in the modern RPG game. Preferred set sexualities for just me. Oh no, I actually kind of agree with that. I do agree with that. And that's actually one of the things Dragon Inquisition actually did, I think, okay, was there were certain characters, if you played a certain way, they would not get with you. And some of them were actually super picky. One for very good reason. I forget how bad was the remastered Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. It was awful. What should have been a quick and decisive cash grab turned into a buggy mess. Like, there was no rhyme or reason for excuse. Literally, that game is so beloved. If they had just ported it, it would have been fine. But they couldn't. And not only that, they stole content from a modder and didn't even bother to give him credit. Wait, 2005 Battlefront 2 or the modern one? I don't think they've remastered the newer Battlefront. And I really don't care for them to, because 2005 Battlefront will always be the superior Battlefront, and I will die on that hill. Sleeping in the barn, eh? Yeah, we've all been there. There are two Battlefront 2s. You can distinguish them by just saying the EA one and, I don't want to say the good one, but like the better one. Because I did have some fun playing the newer one, but the old one is just superior in every way. Hey, I'm still here. Trick or treat for UNICEF. Gosh, I knew I should have gone with them.
Must be another way in.
Try the back door, of course. Nice veranda. All right, different one. Publisher's Clearinghouse.
Please, all I ask is a moment of your time.
Far Cry 6, I think, could have had a great story if they actually stuck with the story and the problems of a successful revolution without a true unifying figure. But because they did sort of allude to it, but they never truly discussed it. Yeah, that's the problem. Sometimes Ubisoft gets scared of putting all their eggs in one basket because they don't want to be too provocative and other such stuff. That's part of the reason why Assassin's Creed 3 is written the way it is. When the game was being produced, a lot of journalists were worried that the game would come out and basically be a system rah America's great game. So that's a big reason why a lot of the tone they take towards the American Revolution is very much is very much skeptical at best, and at worst, it's just outright hostile to the revolution.
You think I'm afraid of anything? They stood always self-important to the scab like you.
I just want to be a dentist. We're born to die, sir. I agree, Michael. I agree. But I just got here. Now let's try some rational argument.
Do you hear me? I'm never leaving. Just wait, old man.
He waited so long, he died and didn't get what he wanted. Wait, hold on. If it's good enough for Santa Claus, it's good enough for me. Ah, they graded it. Though I sleep where the dogs go, the places the drunks roam, right down by the fireboats. I've said it before, my friends swear I'm not like those. I got my days, man. I got my days, man. Whoa! Well, thankfully he hasn't kicked me out of the barn. It is trespassing.
These are square toes. This will be easy.
That's what you said last time, and I wound up with a dead horse and a dark eye.
And I don't like that kind of thing. Oh, hey, what's up?
The one you need to concern yourself with, little britches.
Best cut for something bad happens.
You kind of cut off my exit. I can't leave.
Can't say we didn't warn ya.
Fisticuffs, sir. All right. There we go. Oh, we're going straight to weapons. What? We break this fight to show you the lovely geography of the location. As you can see, we have a lovely bay right here, and back to the fight. Hey. Knock it off. Not even gonna try anything? That's right, I'd be scared too. Come on. Take your best shot, pal. You know, maybe you should use those guns to shoot. Okay. Smell the pit, boy. We had to cut off because that last one was so brutal. Because honestly, I don't know why I'm here. Again, why is he less dressed than his men?
Old man, then. That it?
More of an intern, actually, but, you know.
Get you talking.
The art of the shiv.
Thank you. Clean this up.
Let's see. There was this one YouTuber I watched that defended Stellar Blade, but criticized the first Descendant for being perverted. But I played it, and it was just a looter shooter. A looter shooter. Glad that Ian Raven aren't moral busybody Christians who always say absolutely everything is demonic. Well, it's just. I think sometimes we give demons a little too much credit. Not that they aren't active, but the thing is sometimes people just make poor choices on their own. With that being said, going around and just trying to bash people is very seldom helpful. I mean, like, if you see your brother doing something wrong, it's another thing to say, sit down and do, hey man, as your friend, I want to tell you I think this is a problem. And do that from a place of love. Just going like, hey, that thing you like, yeah, it's demonic, and if you like it, you're evil. You're not helping anything. They're just going to go, wow, you're a weirdo, and then probably unhinged, and I don't want to hang out with you.
Now, tell me why you're here.
I was here because a magical lady in a ball told me I should come here.
Told to seek this symbol.
That's topography.
You even know what that symbol represents.
Yes, I understand maps.
What you're asking for.
No.
Yet, here you are.
I got
It said that I'm
Spirits of yours have been harassing the assassins for centuries.
The restraining orders have done little to stifle them.
But you don't even know what an assassin is, do you?
It's a guy that kills somebody for political or financial gain, right?
They're settling in at a storage den. It's gonna take a while to get it all out.
All right, we're getting a lore dump, fellas. It would be funny if that chair broke too. Just continuous chairs.
And so, this is why the assassins dedicated themselves to the pursuit of the Templars. Because if they succeed, the spirit's visions will become reality.
Sorry, I totally blanked on all of that.
I have no doubt. I've something to show you.
It's some more conspiracy theory videos. I think you'll find them fascinating. And speaking of people controlling everything, have you ever heard of something called BlackRock?
Why don't you repair it?
'Cause I'm an old crippled man. I'm not exactly good with my hands anymore, dude. Suppose you go to the Special Olympics and ask why the guys in the wheelchairs just don't run.
Look at me. Think I can just march into some store, purse full of pounds, and go shopping?
Yes.
Yes. Why not?
You're so naive.
I mean, if this were in, like, the South, that would be a greater argumentation. But, like, there were blacks that had integrated themselves into New England society at this point, so... Not to mention you're a landowner that has a decent-sized estate. I think you could get away with it. I forget the reason why Achilles is implying was limping was because Shay Patrick Cormac from Assassin's Creed Rogue, yeah, he crippled him in the Arctic. Well, not he, but Hatham did. Sweet digs, my dude. Sweet. Love the drip.
Think you can just come in here, throw those over, and call yourself an assassin?
I did not.
You have to go through an obnoxiously long prologue.
I know they are certain
But let's be real. Connor's robes are some of the best designed robes in the series. We're still trying to get to, the rights to them. Can't because I'm old as dirt. Fair enough. First, we must tidy up a bit. Finally have some decent help around the house. We used to have a style in our clothing, but they just stopped doing that after the 50s, so everything looks drab by comparison. Yeah.
Living in the dirt like animals, oblivious to the true ways of the world.
Well, now I know the true ways of the world, and I still hate your guts. Connor's robe looks awesome, I will admit, but you stick out like a sore thumb running around the frontier. You do, but to be fair, you stick out too, and when you're running around as Ezio. The only one that actually somewhat kind of blend in with his surroundings well, I think. Actually, let's see. I say that's a good way to rate them. Let's see, Altair, his cloak was designed specifically to blend in with like the monks and the imams of the Holy Land. So that one's actually okay. Ezio, he kind of sticks out. He kind of sticks out. But of course, he's kind of going for more like the I'm the fancy noble kind of look. So maybe. Connor sticks out too, but for the best reasons. Edward somewhat sticks out, but like he's amongst pirates, so typically not too big of a deal. Shay actually blends in pretty well with his Templar stuff. He blends in pretty good. Arno, that depends on what clothes you have on. Some are a little more blend in better than others. Some are just absolutely flamboyant. I hate to give him credit, but in Syndicate, I hated when he did that. He just droned on. But yeah, Edward and they got pretty good.
I told them of the men who had burned my village.
Not sure how to rate Origins and Bayek.
Achilles explained that Lee and his followers were Templars, and that they were led by none other than my own father. If I was to serve the Order, these men would become my targets.
But I don't serve the Order to serve the Order. I serve it specifically to help out my people.
It was clear that I still had much to learn. My training had only just begun.
All right, let's hoof it. Well, Edward Kenway became an assassin because he killed an assassin, just took his outfit. Yep.
To you as well. You taking a trip?
I've decided to do something about the house, and you're going to help me. Get it?
Shouldn't I be driving the coach and you be in the coach where it's a little warmer? I've actually worn buckskins and Connor's way underdressed for the snow. I imagine so. He's a lawman and he also probably equipped a typical mercenary of his time, so I think he would fit in, even though he would still likely random hodgepodge, especially. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Hello. But she's hot.
Sorry. Come on.
Dude, come on, help him more.
This place is incredible. The people, the sounds and smells. I could walk these streets.
Speaking of the smells, wow, that's awful.
I felt the same as you upon a time. These days, I much prefer the quiet of the countryside.
Preach, Achilles, preach.
So much life here. So many opportunities.
For a few,
What?
For a few.
What opportunities did you think you were going to get? And I don't mean that in like a snide way, like, they're not going to accept you. I mean, like, what you just came here, like, okay, what do you think's like, what sticks out to you as the opportunity? I'm genuinely curious.
Store close to here. You're to buy the items on this list. Tell them where the carriage is. They'll see that it's moving. Understood?
Yeah.
You also want to need a new name. Your skin is fair enough that you might pass for one with Spanish or Italian.
But the clothes are going to be a dead giveaway that you're not, so...
Both of that is still a lie.
That is not true.
What's true
take you to Charleston sometime, you'll see. Oh wait, that's right, we don't have the budget for that.
Yes, that will be a day. Right, babe. Off you go.
If only you could explore the significance of that. But first, gotta get a bird's eye view of the situation. This place is incredible. Boston and San Francisco, but racist. Ironically, I think it's probably more racist nowadays, but anyway. Good view of old Boston. Unless it's insulated leather, it's cold. Yeah, we should be wearing some serious furs right now. But I don't know, maybe Connor here's sort of like the Iceman. He's just like, nah, dude, it's all mind over matter. Just like gravity. Really, guys? You're not going to compliment me on that? Just going to continue to talk like natives falling from the sky isn't the coolest thing you've seen all day. Morons. See, cutting my way downtown and chickens. All of you are under drug. Pick up your gun. You're just gonna leave your brown best just chilling in the snow? Inconceivable. Oh, they're actually talking about it. Pay attention, Sean. I've already seen Hatham do it. Yeah, but those were like, what? 16 years ago? Mama says I ain't ready to die. You look unhealthy. I'd like to buy these items. The good stuff, my brosif. I don't like that look. That's bad uncle energy right there.
Some of these things I have, and some I don't. Lumber's hard to come by since my supplier vanished. I have the tools and pitch, though. Nails, too.
I think we can find some lumber in New England.
Our wagon is near the State House.
I'm gonna need a little more specifics than that, my guy. Is he checking me out? Connor, this ain't safe. We gotta get you out of here. Achilles! Kudos if you get that flash game. Oh yeah, we're about to see the Boston Massacre. The rioting should not be going out this far. Oh, there's the old customs house.
What happened?
That's what we're going to find out.
The Bostonians were being uppity again and attacking some guard for something he can't control. I'm not even kidding. We're gonna throw snowballs, oysters, and rocks at soldiers and then be surprised when they shoot at us. You're, again, Jack, you are right. What do you think of an Assassin's Creed game taking place in World War I or World War II? Interesting in concept. How would you? Because you can't. It's going to be hard to just like, oh, we're assassins out in the trench line. That won't work. Yeah, they threw oyster shells.
Why don't you go back to England? No good can come of this chaos. Return to your homes and all will be forgiven. Never. Not until you've answered for your crimes.
Shut up, Dominic.
Right, Talbot. We're going to pray.
Hey, Dad, what up?
My father.
Yes, which means trouble is sure to follow. I need you to tell this accomplice. This crowd is a powder keg. You can't allow him to light the fuse. But nothing. Do as I say.
We're gonna yell fire at a bunch of we'll fire at a bunch of jumpy armed guards and be surprised when they shoot at us.
Fire your little gun.
The brown bess is not little. I'm gonna tail this suspicious feller. Excuse me, dudes. There's no fire at the townhouse. We'd see the smoke. Get moving. Thank you. Pay me no mind, please. Thank goodness. Come on. Move it, bud. Thoughts on the World of Darkness game lines. I have played Vampire the Masquerade. And I don't mean the video game. Well, technically I've touched it. But I actually ran a Vampire the Masquerade campaign with my D&D group. Wizards World of Darkness would not like how I did it because when I read the rule book for that, I didn't like the way, oh no, don't do it! I solved this violence the only way I know how. More violence.
Not quite.
Gun kempt as usual there, Chuck.
Damn you! Fire!
Now here's what gets me about this. Here's what gets me. This is where I think we actually get a distinction in how the game was playing out, right? Because it's weird. Here, they're starting shit. They're starting trouble. They're deliberately starting trouble, forcing a British crackdown, knowing what it's going to cause. Then later they yell at Connor like, you messed up to start a gosh dang war. It's like, did you not want that war? Oh, that's right, I gotta escape. Yeah, wait. Aren't the bells towing because they weren't trying to get as much people street as possible? Must have been the wind. I am John Assassin. How convenient. Notoriety level 3. That's right, ladies. I'm wanted. But yeah, I was talking World of Darkness. Yeah, if you ever read the Vampire the Masquerade books, it's clearly written by some people that are a little unhinged, because they'll have some really cool lore, then some political diatribe, really cool lore, political nonsense, then at the very end, this book can be used to fight fascists. Like, yes, because I'm really sure that the fascists were real concerned about a vampire role-playing game book. That's what kept them up at night. Not the Soviets or the U.S. or British soldiers. No, none of that. It was all a freaking vampire rule book. Morons. World of Darkness is basically a setting where you have multiple role-playing games. The most popular being Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse, and I forget what the third most popular one is. Basically, it's like a world that's far darker than ours, set in basically like all the supernatural stuff that's weird: vampires, werewolves, witches, wizards, demons, the whole shebang. And basically, you role play as one of those things depending on what system you use. And the problem is the role-playing system is like the modern rule books. I don't know how the original ones were, but the one that I bought has a lot of woke nonsense in it. And because of that, I ran my game to be the exact opposite of what they wanted. Sam, how's the brewery? Like, I like the World of Darkness world building, especially Gangers, but the video game of Earthblood Protocol was good, and they seemed scared to deal with the environment and actual decisions in game. Huh. I guess you played 5th edition? Correct. It's like Warhammer Fantasy. Yeah. Darkness that it's not like Warhammer Fantasy because it's actually set in the modern day of what our world. Like they talk about like what's happened in like Prague, what's happened in like New York, all this stuff. And I set my game in Savannah because that's a city that we've all been to, that my group has all been to, we're all close to. And I thought I had a really cool twist that the guys enjoyed. And Sam. I thought you'd be frothing at the mouth. You know what's weird, Sam? Is that we don't get to meet your cousin, John. Because, you know, he's actually going to defend those British soldiers, which is actually kind of impressive. Hey, buddy, could you not be staring at that wanted poster as I tear it down? That'd be great. Oh, no! Come get me. Now, what have we learned today? What have we... no! I'm doing this not because I suck at stealth, but I'm trying to prove a point. Okay, I suck at stealth too, but still. Ow! Ah! You weren't using your neck anyway. Come on, come get me. That one might live. Alright, they think they know me, but they don't. Alright, I took one poster down. Now I'm going to take another, and they'll never be the wiser. We don't talk about our stealth abilities. Yep, that's certainly true. What stealth abilities? At least the Scottish Grenadiers aren't there. Whew. That's certainly true. They'd be eating grenades at me by now. I forgot what side of the Templars are. That's okay. Ubisoft forgot too. The Templars are, believe it or not, on the side of the American Revolution. They're trying to puppeteer it to their own ends to establish a new world order, literally in the new world. Basically, they want to make a government based off their own designs, and they want to use the American Revolution to do that. The problem is, the big problem I have with that is the ideals that the Templars espouse of order and discipline far easier mesh with that of the British Empire of this era. If they wanted order and not chaos, choosing an upstart revolution and founding a new government isn't the way to go. Particularly since they've had the British Empire in their pocket for decades at this point, and then later on, and literally centuries later. So it's kind of like a weird decision to suddenly course correct, or not course correct, but change directions and start saying, yeah, I'm going to start supporting this random upstart for no reason whatsoever. And because, remember, the original trailer of the game, he goes up Bunker Hill, finds it, kills an officer, and reveals that he's a Templar and puts him down, implying that the Templars were actually going to be supportive of the British. But then I think, again, they saw the journalists go, oh no, this is going to just be a sis boom rah rah America great game. And they're like, no, we don't want to come off as that. So they both support the Americans. It muddles the story in ways it shouldn't.
Connor.
Zaps locked on this soldier.
I'd like you to meet Cyrus.
In fact, they could have just used Parliament to their own gain. That was the real power, not the king. Agreed! Cyrus, shouldn't you be in Persia?
Have you seen this man?
Hey, the Hessians.
Watch and learn.
This is what we call a bribe.
Oh yeah. Word has reached us that the man responsible for today's shooting may have been in disguise. A wig and makeup tin were found near the scene of the crime. Witnesses describe a middle-aged gentleman of pale complexion towards the ward's rifle in arm.
Thank you kindly, Cyrus.
I like the guy officer just believes him. It's like, well, the guy does look exactly like who I'm looking for, but this one guy yelling out in the street.
Where are we going? To the printer. Where do you think all those posters came from? They're made by a machine. We need to shut it down.
Alright, well, lead the way, dude. Okay, fine, I'll go there. I'll see you there, Sam. Oh, that's cold. And Connor died of hypothermia. What do you mean stay close to allies? He wasn't moving.
Tunnels.
They're quite useful when speed and secrecy are required.
Because we just gotta have those catacombs. This literally started a revolution against their power. This was the game that, when I stopped taking the Templars seriously. Yeah, that's the thing. Particularly also when you play Rogue and realize that they were the power behind the British in the 7 Years' War. They went to such great lengths to establish their power all throughout the colonies. They had the power throughout the colonies, and yet they decided to throw it all away for an attempt at, well, whatever. It makes no sense. I know part of the reason is because they wanted the main bad guy to be Charles Lee, and Charles Lee was on the American side, and he was and he died in 1782, so he made sense. But the thing is, you already made Haytham to be the bad guy. You could have just continued with Haytham being the bad guy and being the final boss. It would have been fine. It would have made more sense. But no. Hooray, I did it. Connor's family jewels have retracted into his body. You are correct. Alright, Ubisoft pulled a J.J. Abrams. Yeah, they did. The mystery box is what it's all about. Alright. Take this. You're gonna need it, son. Again, why didn't I just take the rooftops? Because I don't think I'm ever going to come back in the catacombs if I can avoid it.
Use your lantern to light the lamps, Cole. They'll help us find our way should we get turned around. I wonder why they built these tunnels.
Sewage? I don't know. Aha! Light the torch. Thank you. Good thing it's full of oil.
Excellent. Let us move on.
Alright.
I've certain things going to say if we must follow the rats, as they often move in the direction of an exit.
Listen, I'm going to do a lot in this game, but I'm not trusting no Skaven. I don't have the warp stone to bribe them, and they'd kill me for it anyway. I see you aren't a completionist. Depends on the game. It very much depends on the game. Some games I'm a little more like, ooh, I gotta do something. But no. I play Assassin's Creed to have fun. Not to say, oh yeah, Sis Boomerang. Particularly when they started adding like extra stuff to the missions. No. I'm gonna do the mission how I want to do the mission.
You were right.
So they use oil lamps? Yeah. Sometimes they even use whale oil lamps.
Mars.
This is a very interesting idea. Too bad I can't see jack shit. Why do they build these tunnels? This is actually part of the labyrinth from the Percy Jackson series. We are never coming down here again. Oh yeah, this is another reason why I don't. Yeah, they definitely modified lockpicking. Because I remember the original version of the game, that took way longer than it needed to. Because you would actually have to break the lock like we did the first time. Now it's like, okay, you found it, you're good. Because I think a lot of people point out, no one liked the lockpicking. Which is why in 4, you just kick the lock open and be done with it. Whoa, Sam, this isn't what I was expecting. Ah, no, there we go. It was just now. Let's meet the main man, Sam Adams. Up and over, boys. You didn't see anything, okay? Thank you. Honestly, I forgot they were a part of the game. Hey, it's the same dude from earlier. This is the real power. He owns the stores. He owns the press. He's got everything in his pocket, man.
If it wasn't right.
Fine. Just this once, though. In the future, such things will come at a price. Resetting the time is neither quick nor easy. To say nothing of the cost should I discover.
I shall not forget this.
Taylor, I'll send you a few brewskis later. Moccasins in the snow. Connor's about to be the Chinese pirate from a World's End, toes snapping off. Again, you're right.
How it all works. Untoward actions will upset the citizens and inevitably lead to the guards being called. Depending on the severity of your transgression, they may simply search a bit before giving up and returning to their
Hey, guy driving the stagecoach. Do you not see us walking?
repeatedly, they'll become much more aggressive in their pursuits. I showed you 3
Sam, maybe get out of the way of the wheel. Sam, that can't be comfortable. Sam!
Visit a printer to create your own propaganda. This feels wrong.
Why not just speak to someone and explain my innocence?
You can't be serious.
We counter one lie with another. Words on paper instantly taken as truth, and all of it without question.
They lose this beast, or have you forgotten? I merely helped you tame and turn it round.
There must be another.
You're not winning a fight on propaganda with old Sam Adams.
When you find it, do let me know. But until then, we sculpt with the clay we have.
My apologies. I do not mean to sound ungrateful.
But I refuse to break an octave.
Much the same at your age. You'll grow up.
Oh, so you ran around rooftops gutting redcoats?
Here we are.
I always imagine stagecoaches look more fancy than that. It depends. Because keep in mind, that was a mode of transportation for everybody. So you had some that were super fancy if you were super wealthy, and you had some that were just like, hey, you got to get from point A to point B.
Like this.
Cute kid, but the city's going to eat you alive. Like our car has to take a ship home. I mean, if you can go through sea travel, why not? And here are the Sons of Liberty. All right. All right. Fortunately, though, it's past 11, so we are going to have to call it there. We've done we've gotten far. Next time, I actually think we'll be able to get out of the Animus proper, but we will see. I feel like Connor's a little too naive, even for a native that's never been to the city. Yeah, true, but it's always a fish out of water, and I'm not going to harp on it too much. That's one of the lesser issues with the game, and I would even go so far as to say it's something to be overlooked. But thank you guys for sticking with me so much. I see now we just hit 24, and it's like, you just tuned in right as we're cutting off, man. That's all right, you'll be here next time. Thank you so much for popping in, and I will see all of you, and Connor will, on the next one. Take care.